So for today's ELA lessons, what we're going to do is we're going to do a lot of stopping, pausing, going and doing some things, coming back, and we'll be going back and forth quite a bit today. I will try to make it so that each section has its own little link. Um, just wanted to let you guys know there's going to be a lot of back and forth between your text and me. Um, so yeah. What we're going to do today is in our reading, we are going to, in your textbook or online, you'll need to be in the textbook, and we are going to page 22, and we're going to read Weathering the Storm. And this is a personal narrative, and some of you might remember from last week that a personal narrative is something that happened to you, and you are writing it as if you were telling me a story. It's something you know about, it's something that's true, but you are sort of making a story out of it as you go. Um, so that's what we're going to do. I want you guys to read Weathering the Storm and then think about this, the characteristics and the structure of how the author put this together, how they explain things. Um, I also want you to think about how it compares to Earthquake, which we read last week. So why don't you guys push pause, and I want you to read this, and then when you're done, push play, and we will get back to this. Now that you have read that, I want you guys to get your reading and writing companion book out and turn to pages 24 and 25. And what we're going to do is we're going to slowly work into writing our own personal narrative. Um, but right now, we're just going to talk about some of the things that we can notice from Weathering the Storm that help make it a personal narrative and give you an idea of how you can add details in and just little things that will help make your writing um, a lot stronger. So, first of all, the features of a personal narrative. I mean, what is a personal narrative? What does it have to have? If you look right here in this blue box, a personal narrative is a nonfiction, so it's not made up, it's true about an event in the author's life. It will give facts, examples, and explanations about real people and events. It's told from the author's point of view. So when you're writing, you're going to use words like I. I went to the store. Um, he gave it to me. And the word my. You're going to use those words a lot. You will probably use we. Um, and those will help the reader to know that this is about you. You're going to include sensory details that support the main idea. Some of those sensory details, it can be something like what you see or how things felt. You might not say, I rode the bus. You might say something like, I was on the bumpiest bus ride ever. You're just going to kind of make it a little more juicy than just saying things straight out. One of the last things is you are going to explain your thoughts and your feelings about what you are doing. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but I want you to start thinking about how you felt when you went through that. Were you nervous? Were you excited? And then what we're going to do is we are going to analyze or think about the story you just read, the text you just read. So what we're going to do is right here, it says, how does the author use sensory details? Remember, sensory is anything that is, you can touch, you can feel, you can smell, taste, hear, see. Those are your senses. So give me an example right here about how the author gave you some detail about something using her senses. So I want you to push pause and go back to your text if you need to, which you probably should do anyway, and look at that writing and see if you can find those sensory details. Okay, now that you have done that, we're going to go back and take a look at the text, and I want you to give me 3 examples of words or phrases that the author uses to show the sequence of events. Earlier I said that one of my things I did this weekend was work on a paper for my master's degree. And in that, I used a lot of sequencing words because I had to tell my professor how I was getting the information, what I needed to do next, and what my final step would be. Sometimes it's first, second, third. Sometimes you might say, at first I was a little nervous, but then those are all sequencing words. Sequencing means you're putting it in order. So I want 3 words there. And then you can push pause when you're done. Unpause me. And then we're going to talk about planning. You're going to choose your topic because you are going to write a personal narrative for me. And what you're going to do is you're going to choose one idea that you want to expand into a personal narrative. Maybe you went fishing. Maybe you broke an arm or you had to move. What was your experience and why was it hard for you? All you're going to do here is you're going to tell me what you're going to write about. Then we're going to jump down here. An author's purpose is your main reason for writing. Why are you telling me about this? Not just because I'm telling you you have to do something, but I want to know something. I want you to tell me about something that's important to you. Then I want you to think about who your audience will be. You're going to read it. We might be reading this out loud to the class. I might be the only one reading it. Pick out who your audience is going to be and go from there. Your writing is going to be just how you talk, and that's okay. I just want you to give me your best. Hang on a second. Let me get into this. On your Wonders website, there should be a writer's notebook that looks like this. What you're going to do is you're going to click on it, and you're going to start your assignment. And this is where you're going to write out all your information. You're going to start your story, and then we can edit and change and clean it all up as we go. So I want you to do it in here. You start your assignment, and you just go. It even gives you the sequencing. I only want you to do the planning part today. All right?